Everyone, good to see you again. Thanks for checking the channel out and checking this video out. Really do appreciate it. I'm Rich. This is Six String Fun. Gonna kind of stay in that, like I said, 80s and 90s vibe that I've had going on the last couple videos or so. We're gonna jump into the 90s with this one. Counting Crows, off their first album, which I'm drawing a blank on the name of the album right now, but this was the title, the song title, Mr. Jones. Definitely was a big hit in rotation on MTV when MTV was still kind of playing videos. But this was definitely one of those tunes from the 90s that I think everyone kind of associates with that time. So I'm going to kind of walk you through this one. Pretty straightforward. I mean, the intro and the intro, the verse, very similar. Chorus, pretty similar as well. You're just changing out one chord. And even the bridge, the tempo changes, but you're still kind of playing the same chords. So why don't we just kind of dive right in, take a closer look at that, and I'll walk you through how I play it here on the acoustic. All right, another great 90s tune. Let me walk you through this one. It's pretty straightforward. If you know some basic chords, you can do this one, no doubt. I showed you earlier in the intro here just the 4 chords to get you kicked off. It's an A minor, to an F, to a D minor, to a G. And you're going to play that again. However, there's one slight change here. You're not going to play that D minor. You're going to play the A minor. You go right to the G, and you're holding out for 2 measures, okay? Those 2 sections are your main parts of the chorus. So you've got to remember these. It could be a little tricky. So all together, it's... So remember that pattern. A minor, F, D minor, G. And then again, A minor, F, G, and a second measure of G. So one of those kind of nuances, dynamics that you probably most people don't pay attention to, but for you as a player, keep that in mind. That's what kind of, makes the song the way it is. These little things, any song basically, these little things that are thrown in there that maybe aren't so common, you need to pick up on those. So that's one of the things right there. So you're going to play that for the verse the whole time through. That's your intro, and that's your verse. So remember those patterns right there. And the chorus, simple, 3 chords. Instead of starting on an A minor, you're going to start on the C. F, second measure of G, so it's Mr. Jones. Again, I can't sing, but I'm just trying to give you some mile markers here so you know where you are. But that's all it is. C, F, G, and another G. That's your chorus. That repeats over and over whenever you're into the chorus. So again. You got the ooh-na-nas you can throw in there as well. And then really there's only one other part for this song that you need to know, but it's really straightforward. And it's probably, half the tempo is an A minor. I guess it's the bridge. Oh, that was wrong, right? Let's try that again. I believe that's played 3 times. And the bridge is basically those chords I just showed you. The A minor, the correct way. A minor to an F. Back to the A minor. To the G. Okay? 3 times. So it's... Okay, 3 times, you're good, okay? And then after that 3rd time, you're in that G. To believe, yeah. Right back to the chorus. And the song just goes out on that rhythm the whole way, basically, those chords. C, F, and the G, and a second measure of G. There's your song right there. Hopefully this was helpful. You know, again, pretty straightforward. And there it is. You know, like I said, pretty straightforward tune. Great one to bust out if you've got the guitar and you're at a, you know, campfire, barbecue, something like that. You know, somewhat simple as far as just the chords. I mean, again, there's one bar chord, that F chord, but you can get around that. If the bar chords are an issue, you can figure a way to kind of get around that. But you know, please, if you haven't already done so, please like, subscribe, hit the bell, comment below. Would love to know if you have any requests. I will try to do my best to get to those. Again, comment below, just in general. Would love to just kind of get the feedback. What's working, what isn't, what do you like, what don't you like? Let me know, and I will try to make those adjustments as I go along here. But again, thanks for checking this video out. Really do appreciate it, and I'll see you on the next one. What's going on, everyone? Good to see you. Thanks for stopping by and checking this video out. Really do appreciate it. Gonna go into, again, some more Springsteen. I'm just kind of on this kick right now just because of the other videos I've done. We've done some more of the classics in the past, and, you know, if you follow me, I did, you know, some stuff from The River and stuff from Darkness on the Edge of Town. Gonna flip it up a little bit here. I'm gonna go to Human Touch, which I think is a great album. That and Lucky Town, I know don't get the recognition it probably does for most fans, only because it was a, you know, no E Street Band. You know, he fired the band after Tunnel, and then he came out with these two albums, which I think is some fantastic material. Even there's some, you know, Uber fans that have taken some from both albums to compile one big album, you know, great album, which I think was called Lucky Touch, if I remember. Anyway, we're gonna do I Wish I Were Blind. Great tune. Actually has probably one of the more soulful solos I think Springsteen has done in the catalog to begin with. I haven't really seen an acoustic strumming lesson for this, but what I'm going to show you, you can do it on the electric guitar as well, right? You know, the strumming pattern's going to be different, but the chords and the timing's going to be all the same. We're going to use some simple chords here. G. We're going to use a C add 9, which is just taking the G and moving everything, your top two fingers down a string, right? And I even do an alternate version. I kind of pick my pinky up to have the high E ring out, okay? D. And then you can do just a straight up E minor. It's an E minor 7, I think, if you want to kind of get a little technical. I think that's kind of the chord, and there's a walk down. All right? On the 6th string, which is the 3rd fret, 2nd fret, open. And if you're going by notes, it's a G, F sharp, open E, right? So let's just kind of go over the strumming pattern as well. You can kind of keep it the same throughout. It's going to be down, down, up, down, down, up, down, up. And that you can kind of keep that throughout the whole song, basically. If you're doing this on electric guitar, I actually would switch up the G chord to just the 3-finger G, basically, where it's 3rd fret, 2nd fret, open, 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 and then just the 3rd fret on the high E. And what he'll do there is it's kind of more of a right. And actually, I do a little bit of this on the lesson I do for Prove It All Night. I kind of walk you through how he just kind of hits a little bit of the chord, and then kind of comes up on the strings and stuff. So check that out. Carter's right up there somewhere. There. So check it out. But for this tune, the intro just starts on a G. Right? And I kind of make this my own a little bit, so it's not going to be 100% correct, but I've played this with Lost in the Flood before. Frank, this goes out to you, by the way. I know this is one of your favorites that we did. So and we only did it a handful of times, which is surprising because it was a great song. But on the G. Right? And then we're going to go to the verse, and we're just going to keep that strumming pattern going, and we're going to switch the chords up. It's going to be G. So we go from G to the C add 9. If you want to play a full C, go ahead. We go to a D to the G. And that's your strumming pattern for the verse. C, right? And that's where I sometimes pick up the pinky to give that open E. I love you. All right? That's your first half of the verse right there. Back end of the verse, we're going to just kind of switch a few chords around, and then we're going to bring in the E minor. Ba, 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 ba.
And that's kind of your walk that I mentioned. So those chords are going to be your C, C add 9, whatever you want to do, to the D, to the G, walk it down. I wish I were blind when I see you with your man. There's your verse. I mean, that's really it. That's the pattern. So again, it's going to be the intro is your G. First part of the verse is going to be G, C add 9, to the D, to the G. Second half of the verse, C add 9, again, or C, whatever you're comfortable with. I got that open E in there. C add 9 to the D, to a G, and walk it to your E minor, or straight up E minor. I kind of just keep the higher string fretted. I wish I were blind to the C when I see you with your man. There's your verse, and the whole thing's going to repeat again, minus the intro piece of it. So verse 2. The bridge is pretty interesting because it's very involved, and he actually plays it twice, if I remember correctly. So the bridge is going to be, which is going to be very similar to the chorus, but it switches up a little bit. So coming into the bridge, to the D. Hold the G for 2 measures. Back to the C, to the D. So your second part of the bridge is going to be a C, to the D, to the G, back to the C. And then there's a quick little hit before you go back into that part of the bridge, I guess the beginning of the bridge. So it's going to be the C. We just did this. I'm showing you again. So that you're going to accent that G. So it's going to go, you're going to land on that C, and then you're going to go back to the C, which again in the bridge we're going to continue now. C add 9 to D. Now we walk it. Oh, in this darkness, hold that C, 2 measures. Is all my heart sees to the D. So we've kind of done that already. So coming out of that, the 2 measures on the C and the 2 measures on the D, we're going back to the C. We just, again, I'm slow review now. To the D, to the G, and walk it. I wish I were blind when I see you with your man. And that's the bridge. So it's very involved. A lot of moving parts there, but you're only playing like 4 chords. So again, I'll kind of go through it real quick because you're going to have to play this twice. The first time you do it, it's going to go into the solo, which we'll go over those parts, and then it's going to be back into the bridge. And then the outro is just kind of a repetitive chord progression. So again, the bridge is the C, to the D, to the G for 2 measures. Back to the C, to the D, to the G, to the C, and then a quick to the C again, to the D, to the G. Let's walk it. And then I was trying to sing and I forgot what I was saying. Anyway, C, 2 measures. Is all my heart sees, that part. We go back to the C, to the D, to the G, walk it. I wish I were blind. To the C, to the D, back to the G. And then it goes into the solo. The solo, again, pretty soulful. And if anybody wants me to go into it, I can try to go in a different video if you want me to. But it's kind of up here. It's basically going to be like an E minor pattern. If I could play it, but I'm not going to because that was awful. But I've done it, trust me. So what we're going to do is, it goes to a G, C, to the G, to the G. Very reminiscent of the first part of the verse. Back to the C, to to the G, to the G, to the E minor. Sound familiar? Yes, it's the back end of the verse too. So far we're just mimicking the verse on this. And then it's C. I wish I were blind and you're man. That's the solo. And then from there it'll go back into that whole bridge. Right? Right? So you're gonna just kind of play that bridge again. And then at the end of that bridge, the chorus is just going to continue. I wish I were blind when I see you with your man. So it's going to be, I wish I were blind. I wish I were blind when I see you with your man. Walk it. Oh, I wish. Right? So that E minor we're throwing in there is kind of that transition. Just kind of tie that outro together, basically. So that's really it. So straightforward. Again, I hadn't really seen too much strumming on this, but it's pretty straightforward. Check out the album if you haven't, if you're a Springsteen fan or you're just sort of a Springsteen fan. There's some great music on there, actually, on both of those albums, Human Touch and Lucky Town. So check it out. Let me know if you have any requests. Again, if you haven't done so, like, subscribe, hit the bell, and we'll go from there, all right? Take it easy. Later.
Can't believe I'm actually doing this one, but we're going to do it. So, I'm Richie. This is Six String Fun. Thank you for stopping by. We're going to go through Achy, Breaky Heart by Billy Ray Cyrus. Never thought in a million years I'd be doing this song, but how it came about, I don't even know. Probably somebody had mentioned something. Just trying to get through this. Cause I'm thinking the younger me, because this came out in 92, the younger me would probably punch me now thinking, what are you doing right now? To put it in perspective, I'm a huge Rush fan. This came out, I think it was April or May of 92 in that general area. In June of 92, I was going to see my first Rush show at the Meadowlands over here, Roll the Bones tour. There's no way I ever would have thought of doing this. Anyway, that said, as we get older, maybe we get a little wiser here. And, you know, this is just a 2-chord song. Probably an awesome song to play at a campfire, fire pit, you're camping, just bring out the acoustic guitar. As much as we kind of moan and groan, oh, Achy, Breaky Heart, you know, we all know it. If someone was to start playing it, we would all sing it. So you know what? That's the beauty of music when it can do something like that. So as much as I probably wasn't a fan 30 years ago already, 30, whatever it is, Jesus, I'm getting old. We enjoy it, and that's what it's all about, man. So we're going to do it. So we're going to acoustic guitar, 2 chords, A and an E. So if you're learning your chords, beginning your chords, there's no bar chords, we can do an A and an E. And it's basically, so the little tricky part here, it is 4 bars of each, 4 bars of A, 4 bars of E. However, the order of it is 3 bars of A, we're going to do the 3 bars of E, and I believe it's going to come back to 1 bar of A, which gives you the 4 of each, but we're just kind of splitting it up a little bit. So I am not going to sing this, I'm not even going to try, because with my luck, I actually would probably sound good doing it, so we're going to avoid that. So it's going to be 2 and 3. We switch to the E for 4 bars now, 4 bars. And 2 and 3 and 4. Back to the A. So it's 4 and 4, but we're breaking up that A to kind of sandwich those 4 bars of E, basically. But that's really it. So you make it your own. You want to just, if you're practicing, like first time you're kind of getting used to you know, just playing songs, just kind of strum the chords. And then switch it over. So we can do it. We can all do this. Let's all do it. I'm doing it. You're going to do it. So again, just 3 bars of A, 4 bars of A, back to the A. And if you want, you can kind of, you know, do some percussive things here. Just all part of just having an acoustic guitar. You're able to do whatever you want. You you can change the key, you know, so if A and E isn't you, you know, maybe you can kind of change it to G or D, you know, whatever those two keys are, other keys that work for you, go for it. But this is the recording. I believe it's in this key. Yeah, it should be in this key. And if somebody else has got an acoustic guitar, you got two guitars, somebody continues playing this and someone else goes into some leads and some riffs, it's all good. Get people up and dancing, you know, maybe you get some people up in line dancing. That was, you know, what we did. Not me. We as a group did. Not me again. Anyway, enjoy it. A.E. Billy Ray Cyrus, Achy, Breaky, Heart. Again, it's actually a cool tune for the summer and spring that's coming up. Enjoy it. Have a good time. You know, you kind of sandwich just in between somewhere that no one's expecting it. It probably would go over very, very well. So put that one in the toolbox. Play with it. Have fun with it. I'll see you on the next one. Where are my boots? Hey, what's going on, my six-string friends? Real quick, I was kind of just noodling around with this, and I think I found a new course I'm going to go with some of these lessons coming up. Just kind of staying strictly acoustic, especially with some Rush tunes. Was playing around with this one, and you can really make this work. This is Bravado off the Roll the Bones album. I get it, Rush, complex, all kinds of things going on. I've stripped this down to 3 chords, C, D, and A minor. And that's really it. So again, we're making this our own. This is not note for note. We're just kind of strumming, so that way if you want to play along, you can play along to the record, sing along to it if you like. But this is really how I'm doing it. I've played along to the song a couple different times. It seems to work. So let's take a closer look at this, okay? 3 chords. I know this isn't the best camera angle, but this is what I can do at the moment, okay? We're going to play C. Just your standard C. A D. It's a D chord. A minor. And those are the 3 chords I'm getting away with here. So the intro is going to be C and D. And you can strum it. You can think of the dynamics, because there's different parts of the song where it's up and down, right? So you're strumming. And then you're also kind of just palm muting a little bit. Keep that in mind. So make it your own, though. See how that works. But let's just kind of start it. The D. That's going to repeat the C to D a couple times. Listen to the tune. When the verse kicks in, this is where I change up the dynamics, and I'm just going to do some palm muting. So if we're coming out of that intro, if we burn our wings to the D, to the A minor, back to the D. There's your verse, okay? Now listen to it, make it your own. Open chords, palm mute, you know, as far as muting it, back to the open chords, make that your own. The verse is going to be that. Right? A minor. And then it's going to, when it kicks back into the chorus, we're playing the same chords, really the same pattern almost. We're just going to let it ring out. And then in the chorus, there's that one part where the vocals repeat. We will pay the price. So if we're playing this, the C, D, A minor, D, right? Back to the A minor. There's your tune. Honestly, that's how you can make it work. The solo, again, we're not going to go any solos here at all. You can get away with the that C to the D, A minor, back to the D, and that repeats a couple times. So as far as I can tell, that's a tune if you're going to do it on the acoustic guitar. Now, you want to add some variation to it. When you're playing the C chord here, add your pinky to that second and first string if you want, on the third. you know, just add those little melody lines to it, and you're good. So hopefully you like this. It was different. I don't know. You know, to me it seems pretty cool. Give it a shot. I don't know. Later.